So a lot of my creative students keep coming to me, and these are not just people who have worked with me or people who have taken my course, anybody who generally comes to me for an advice. And I've noticed that they feel this form of intimidation and lack of confidence when they're working in a project with someone. And this generally comes to them because they lack clarity upon their position when they're taking on a project. And when I say position, I don't mean if you're the owner of the agency or the creative director or the intern that just joined the team or a freelancer doing this for the first time. I don't mean what position you land in a team. I mean your position as an equal partner when in terms of interacting with your client. And here's what this means. So we aren't just creating for ourselves, we're creating for our clients. And they have certain desires, emotions, dreams, and feelings that we need to bring into reality. That's why they came to us. To put this in perspective, imagine you go to a restaurant and order a delicious cheesecake that you love a lot, but the head chef is just like, screw that noise, let me just give him a pizza because that's what I feel like making today. You'd be really disappointed. You might never even go back to the restaurant. And you might not even pay for the pizza, even though you did eat it and everything, because you just be like, screw this, I didn't want this. So while in creativity and in creative services, it doesn't happen as these weird scenarios for restaurant. What does happen is that we do take our clients' inputs, we do take their information and whatever they have brought up to us and whatever they visualized in their head, and it's an equal relationship. Equal involvement is taking place. We make them involved and we take everything they say into consideration and we bring that into reality together with them. So even if you're in a team or you're doing this by yourself, this needs to happen. And we'll cover this as we go on. But to understand this, you need to get this example in your head and you need to understand this further. To be in an equal relationship, we need to stop pretending that we are not worth it or we are above someone. What this means is to first understand a self worth that when a client comes to you, they come to you because you are an expert. You are the expert that you're looking for, not an, the. What so if a client requires watercolor illustrations, someone who can help with the hotel industry and lives in Brazil, and that happens to be you, who not just creates the illustration and is available in their locality, but also understands the hotel industry, then you are an expert for them because you come into all these criterias and many more, and you can help them achieve what they want. And in return, the clients are just going to give you payments in form of money, experience, and exposure. And the other two are complementary, not just the main source of income, but the main thing is the constant factor, which is there is money in either form, like cash, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, whatever it is, they're just paying you in money, whereas in return, you're giving them something that not many or no one else could. Do you understand that? While every client out there is just going to pay you, you're going to give them something unique in return every single time. That also, which is something only you can create. So you need to understand your self worth before you showcase that to your clients. You need to understand that within yourself. Once you do that, you start to hold a lot more higher position inside your head. And once we can hold that position inside our head, we can start to showcase that. It's called having self pride, self worth. Pride isn't a bad thing as long as we don't let it take over ourselves. I'm very cocky as well, but cocky in a good way. I don't insult others. I'm just prideful, and that helps me build my own confidence up. So when we understand these things, our clients will understand that as well because we're showcasing that in a good way. When we speak about something with that much confidence and self worth, they will know that this person knows what he's talking about, he or she is talking about, and they are really at it. Now, our clients aren't stupid. They already know that you're the expert and that's why they came to you. You don't need to showcase to them that you're smarter than them or they're not smart enough because they are equally smart and we need to acknowledge them. There's no need to put them down. No need to make them feel like they don't know what they're talking about because they do. At the very least, they at least know what they want to some extent. That's why they came to you. Acknowledge that. Educate over boasting. Don't undermine them. when they come to you, keep them involved and let them know that the only way I can create the best thing for you is if I have you with me so that we can create the best thing, because I can't do it alone. It's an equal relationship after all. Second thing, when we are positioning ourselves as experts who are working with them, we need to make them acknowledge that as well. And we need to make them acknowledge that. We don't need to demand it. We need to make them aware of it. Commanding and demanding are two different things. You command by caring, by asking the right questions, by portraying expertise, not by asking them to do that. That's demanding. You don't need to demand anything. You have a lot of self worth. You are amazing. You don't need to demand anything. You need to express what you stand for. You need to showcase that, and you will. To have them respect you, you need to act like that. You need to portray those expertise. Communicate with them in such a way that when they interact with you, when they just hear you speak, they see value out of you. They're like, oh my God, this person is so amazing. I'm so glad that I came to him or her. Wow, I trust this person. They not only know what they're doing or what they're talking about, but they understand me and they're valuing me enough. You see, when we do these things, asking them, involving them, they know that we aren't just order takers. We aren't just people who are like, yeah, you're stupid. I know what I'm doing. We're showing that we are smart, you are smart, and together we can create the best thing out there. So do that. Now, to achieve this, to be involved, to be present in the room, as a freelancer, you can do that. But as someone who isn't who isn't a freelancer or all by themselves, they will need someone to give them the approval. So that's as a 9 to 5, you might require your creative director or your boss. Just let your boss know the same thing, because they came to you especially. Maybe you're the only person in the team, then it's much more easier. But maybe there are others, but they came to you. That means you know what you're doing. And even if they haven't acknowledged that openly and everything, they do know that you know what you're talking about. That's why you were assigned, or that's why you took on the project. So let your clients or bosses know that, hey, I'd like to be involved so that I can create the best solution for my clients, so that I can give them what they require, so that they can get what needs to be done, so that not only them, but our reputation and our impact is what it needs to be. So I'd love to be involved. I will obviously follow the regulations and everything, but I'd like to ask my own questions, take my own notes, so that I can hear them and see where they're coming from, see those emotions in them, and better interpret it. That will help me and help us overall help our clients. They will agree. You need to have multiple forms of communication. You need to always have a relationship. But taking the steps not only gets you to be the best creator, but also gets you to grow in your journey in a job, or when you're working with a particular outsourced agency. So these are all the great things. But what happens when we are respecting and we are being respectable, but we aren't getting the respect from our clients? Now, this applies subjectively. If you aren't in a position and you feel like you have to bear this, I'm not going to force you. But if you think that you don't need this and you can find something better and you're ready, then I do hope that notification sound didn't get recorded. I thought I muted all the notifications, but yeah. But then I want you to just go on and let your clients know that I don't need this. I'm trying to help you so that I can get you where you need to be and create the impact for your audience and for yourself. But if you aren't going to respect me, if we aren't going to have proper communication and respect for each other, then I don't think I can not only work with you, I can't even create the impact that I need to, because I like to be in a positive environment where I'm respected. So I'm sorry, but I'll have to let you go. I do hope you do find someone else who can help you, but I can't do this. I do hope you understand. And I will send over the already made deliverables, if there are any, obviously, and you can complete the payments. Mostly, it's good to have contracts from the start so that these situations can be handled more professionally rather than a more annoying relationship being extended. But keeping that in mind, this is how you understand your position in your project. Even if you're by yourself, you aren't by yourself in a project. It's an equal relationship. And just like you need them, they need you. So make sure you create that presence since the start of your project, since you get onto that first call after the discovery call is done. And this is consistently shown there, not in a bad way, but in a good way. This is how you also get more than one-time client relationships, and you have consistent client work and a valuable, respectable relationship. I'm glad that this helped you. I do hope so it did.